Hey everyone, 412 Sports Cards here today, back with another video, and today we're going to be talking about balancing, collecting, and investing in today's sports card market, how I'm doing it, and what I think the current market really is dictating to us as the best thing to be doing in that regard. So, apologies in advance for my voice, trying my best getting over a cold, so the voice is a little shaky, but drop a like, drop a sub if you want to support the channel, and we'll get right into it. So, the background on my portfolio. I've been using a decently sophisticated Excel tracking all my card transactions going back 4 years. This spreadsheet calculates continually my realized gains and losses, tax liability by year, and portfolio allocations. So I made the spreadsheet, the goal in mind, 60% blue chip, 20% speculative, 15% PC, 5% cash. Made that, it was winter 2020. Heavy into blue chips. I suppose you could call it like speculation. It was a lot of this stuff, right? This stuff appreciated like crazy in that time period. Sold a lot, made a lot of money. I mean, you know, call it what you will, made, because it just got rolled into other cards. But I did actually take a sizable distribution from my card funds just into my personal savings, but that's not really important. But February 2021 came and went, market cooled, I unloaded a lot of what I had then, and we kind of moved into this blurred line between PC and blue chip for me. Picked up a lot of stuff like this. This is a Sidney Crosby rookie auto, but got a lot of Sidney Crosby patch autos, rookie autos and RPA, and the PC that we're going to call for this video, and because it's what it is in my spreadsheet, would be Penguins, Red Sox, Pirates, Steelers, and Grizzlies stuff. Current allocation, 39% blue chip, so stuff like this. That is driven heavily by my vintage baseball, really like 2 cards there. 9% speculative, 53% PC, driven heavily by Crosby, stuff like that. 0% cash. Now you might be wondering, how do we end up in a 0% cash scenario? That is not an ideal thing as the particularly as the investor. Well, what happened is I was picking up a lot of stuff like this, and this one, I saw it, I thought I might not be able to get it again, had to buy it, and then had to sell retroactively, drop the cash to 0. I'm happy to be at cash 0 and not, cash negative, because I like to get out of that as fast as I can. But that's where we're at right now. So market conditions kind of led me here. The large sell-off in modern, lower-end modern, particularly just the fact that even big names, you really couldn't spend like sub $1,000 on any of the stuff a big name be buying sub $1,000 stuff and feeling confident. So as a result, I kind of flocked to these PC pickups that I think are going to have long-term appeal to me, long-term appeal to others. It's been primarily Sidney Crosby, the David Ortiz. We know that too. But I feel like a lot of people are doing the same thing. The market's kind of dictating to us. We cannot just be investors anymore. We have to be, if you want to stay around, you need to bring the collecting and investing. You need to bridge them, because that's the only way you can feel safe for the longer run in a market that's had so much turmoil, so much downward pressure. So what am I happy with versus what am I not? I'm really happy that despite being PC, I've been able to stick to building a profitable collection. Cards I have in my PC are all ones I have investment faith in, and also ones I enjoy. That's the sweet spot for me. It's a big takeaway for me, is that where we're at in the market right now, you need to be able to buy stuff that you think is safe in the long run, that you think can appreciate. Maybe it perhaps appreciates slowly and be stable, and also that you enjoy. That's the sweet spot. I think that's where everyone should be striving to be. And going along with that, buying stuff like this Crosby, buying stuff like that Crosby, and my Crosby RPA have helped stem the losses and the bleeding from February of my portfolio. I've been able to hold the line and not lose that much of my portfolio value just because I moved it out of the stuff that was falling into stuff that was stable / maybe a slow increase. That is the move. Now, obviously, there's stuff that's been increasing at insane amounts right now, right? Think your gold prisms, Tom Brady autos. Stuff's been through the roof. But those are a dime a dozen. They're hard to pick. You know, some of this stuff like these Sidney Crosbys, has been really stable for me, and it's kept the portfolio holding the line, and I avoided the worst losses on a lot of that stuff I had in February. What am I not happy? Oh, also another thing I'm really happy about. I've just had a lot of joy. It's been fun to buy Crosby autos. Find cool stuff. Find stuff that I think is going to hold value for a long term and that I can enjoy. That's been really fun. Also sharing it with collectors on Instagram. What am I not happy about with where I'm at right now? I feel like I'm too far into the collecting and not enough in the investing. Even just to the fact that the investing is essential for me if I want to continue collecting. 9% speculative leaves me with very little to play with. You know, let me find some cards over here that might be an example of speculative. I don't know, stuff like this. 9% is in stuff like this. That's not a lot of money. Right now, I have very little means to flip into bigger cards. PSA is through the roof. I can't be grading and flipping with them. I don't trust SGC to deliver me value, to deliver me liquidity on the secondary market like PSA does. That's a big issue. And it's like Cage from Lucas Tigers Bronze has said. There's very little room for the little guy to flip up. Now, obviously, I have a decent amount of cards, but the amount I'm working with in this speculative area, because I do want to maintain this PC for stability in my collection, is little guy funds. There's just not a lot of opportunity to flip, and I don't have enough money there in that area of my collection to be flipping. 0% cash, also a big issue with this. Right now, the only stuff I'd sell to flip, to get money to flip, like $150. I have some PSA subs out, which are going to generate some cash flow when they come back. But overall, just kind of in a tough spot there. And the state of flipping is also its own beast. It's tough to say whether or not we'll be able to flip Prism Silvers with how high those pops are. But neutral kind of factor. The collection's been stagnant. We've had less investing, more collecting. But what that means is I'm bringing in more pieces that I want to hold for a long time, which is great because they're cards that I really, really like, but I don't get that same thrill of all the buying, all the selling that I've always enjoyed doing. So that's just a little kind of neutral, good and bad. So what are my goals heading forward? Change the portfolio. I want to test the waters on flipping going in the NBA season, even if that looks like only $100 or $200 in buying cards to flip. I want to see where that's at. You kind of got to get your feet wet in the market to actually see, to actually learn. You just got to put a little money in and, you know, use your skills and see what can happen. It's hard to sit on the sidelines and just pontificate. You got to get your feet wet. I'm going to be doing that. I want to keep the collection evolving, buying and selling PC to keep it moving even as I approach this more conservative, viewpoint with regards to my collection, maintaining the value and finding these pieces I think are good long term. I still want to be buying and selling just to keep it fresh. And I want to return a little more to the old flip model that seems safe. I still think that buying into preseason hype's a little tough with the pop counts on Modern, but I think that the buying into Hall of Fame vote or Hall of Fame ceremony hype, that's a great buy. Buy, flip. I want to return to models like that generated me cash to fuel my collection with in the past, and I think getting back to that's going to be huge for me. So let me know where you guys are at in this PC versus, investing journey. I want to hear your stories. I want to hear your successes, your struggles. Just let me know in the comments. I'd like to get a discussion going around that. Anyways, if you got any ideas for future videos, always drop them in the comments. Drop a like, drop a sub, and I'll catch you all next time.